I hate running. The only time I could imagine running is if something were
chasing me, and I can't imagine there being any other reason. I don't want to run. I'm not going to run. I'm not going to run more than 3 miles. Or so that is what I said a year ago. But now I am a novice runner. In 12 months, I have gone from being someone who says, I don't run, I don't want to run, to what is that dripping out of my nipple? There is a lot to learn when one becomes a runner. So what happened to me 12 months ago that has now caused me to have run in the last year a 5K, 2 half marathons, 2 marathons, which I had hepatitis? How did I go from someone who hated running to wanting to run an ultra marathon of 50 miles in April? How did I go from someone who didn't want to go 3 miles to dreaming that I might be able to go 50? Well, it all started on a lark, and maybe that's the way life change has to happen for someone like me. Maybe this is a spiritual process for someone like me. Maybe this is how spirituality is entered, on a lark. For me, it all started as a more efficient way to lose weight and to test my calf that I'd been hurting over these years. I looked at myself in some pictures in October and November and said, I don't want to look like that anymore, so I started drinking juice for 27 straight days. Nothing but juice. As it turns out, there's a lot of ways to make juice. I discovered many of them and liked almost all of them. And it wasn't just the juice that was interesting in this running. It became the mystery of life. That there's something mysterious that discovered me. I am not a deep person. I often consider myself to be about as shallow as a spoon. I didn't know what was inside of me. I didn't know what this mystery was. But there is a story that we tell ourselves, I have found out, and perhaps the kind of spirituality that I need is going to require me to ask questions about the story that's in my head. For us ultra runners, we like to say, running an ultra marathon is 90% mental and the other 10% is in your head. I read the book Born to Run, listened to it actually, driving to Chicago to see LaSalle Street Church. And I became convinced that I was born to run, that humanity is born to run, that we didn't evolve running away from animals. We evolved because we could run them down. We are running animals. We are prepared to run. So I had to overcome all of the bad thoughts that were in my head, all of the thumbs down junk mail ideas that were stuck in me. Running, no pain, no gain fallacy. Pain, well, that's weakness leaving your body. I didn't want to overcome my body. I wanted to integrate with my body. What's in my head? I've been asking myself on these runs. What's in me? What are the limits that I have decided I can't get beyond? What are those stories rambling along in my head? Running for me has become about self-discovery, not what is around the corner. What is in me when I get around the corner? I've had to ask questions. Do I want to know myself? Do I like myself? Am I going to like me when I get around that corner? I've realized that this kind of life change in spirituality and running might mean an aloneness balance. I'm a person who has desired community, so I do church in community. We do our family in community. I do my sexuality in community with my wife. Just the two of us. But now I have to run alone. I want to run alone. I need to run alone. And I've discovered that it's not about speed and it's not about distance. It's about time on my feet. Not how fast, not how far, how much time on my feet. It is a complete commitment to forward motion. Ultra running. So I have to organize for it. I run in Minnesota, where I have to have a drying rack for my clothes. 5 times a week means changing clothes a lot. It's not because the conditions are perfect that I run. We don't speak of icicles we speak of sweat sickles. It's another way to measure a run, a complete commitment to moving forward. So I have these mantras now in my head. Run, don't walk. Walk, don't stop. Stop, but don't quit. Run, don't walk. Walk, don't stop. Stop, but don't quit. There is a soundtrack that runs in all of our heads. What is that sound? What is that track? What is that soundtrack in our heads? For me, it includes this refrain from a song. There was a dream, and one day I could see it. And like a bird in a cage, I broke in and demanded that somebody free it. And there was a kid with a head full of doubt, so I'll scream till I die, and the last of those bad thoughts are finally out. Running sucks. And we have to be careful because it might just suck you in. It might suck you right in and say, there's something else in you. There's something else that could happen to you. Or, then again, maybe I'll run 50, stop, turn around, and say, I'm done running now. But that's not different than any of the other life change, is it?